What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So when you are fitting an engine that's not meant to be in the car, like a 1J into an E46, you got to think about a lot of different things. One of the things is cooling. Now, I would love to be able to run the mechanical fan on the front of the engine, but it doesn't line up to my shroud, and my shroud is a good setup. And the aim is, if I haven't touched on other videos, is to keep as many BMW parts in the car as possible. So if something fails, I can just go and get it. I don't have to go and get some specially made $900 radiator that only fits in this car and was only built by this one company and all that kind of rubbish. I could just go a full Chase Bays catalog build on this, because Chase Bays have done a lot of work, a lot of great stuff, and made it very easy for people, but I am trying to do it more BMW than just go and buy a catalog that someone else has done. I like to figure out the things myself. I like to organize things myself and kind of do the R&D myself. So I'm going to integrate the stock shroud and radiator and cooling system to work with a Thermo fan. So let's jump in and I'll show you exactly what I plan to do. Okay, so this is the stock shroud. Obviously the BMW mechanical fan went in here, all well and good, nice, but I don't have that anymore. So I have bought a 16-inch Thermo, which I plan to put in here like that, right? Now I need to make some brackets on each four corners. There's four corner located brackets. So this can actually sit in there, and then I'll be putting some seal, like a pinch weld seal, same that you have like on your doors, around the edge here. So first, let's get this shroud off. It should come off fairly nicely, and then we can start making some brackets to get this Thermo working with it. Okay, so that was fairly simple. It was just this screw and a clip, and it came out. So that's nice and easy, slides out the top. Now, as you can see, Thermo is a lot smaller than the shroud. That's okay, this is a 16-inch shroud, 18-inch hole, all good. What I need to do is make some brackets that go from those four mounting points, where is it? There and there. I've got to make those brackets so that it will sit in here nicely, and then I'm going to run the pinch weld around here that actually has a kind of like grips onto here, and then it has a rubber balloon all the way around, which will seal that hole. Also, what I'm told is apparently these, the grill is very inefficient. So what we need to do is cut out each second bar alternately, kind of thing, all the way around, and apparently it flows a lot more air. So first we're going to get in, we're going to centralize this, mark the 4 points, and then thanks to convenient Bunnings, they have these really good brackets, nice and sturdy, decent thickness, and I will bend them up. So for example, one will sit in here, one will sit in here, kind of thing. One will be pretty much almost an L bracket right there, and then almost an exact 90-degree L bracket on this corner. I just have to bend them, riv nut them, and get them in place. So what I want to do is actually riv nut this hole underneath there, so that you can just put 4 screws in, and if you ever need to maintain it, it's very easy. Just slide the whole thing out the way we just did, and take 4 screws out, 4 bolts out, sorry, that are threaded into this, nice and easy. Also on the, so this will be on the underside, essentially like that. I'll do the same here. So I'll drill a hole, and put 2 riv nuts in there, hopefully about here-ish. Probably, if I can, I'll put 2 here. If not, it'll just be 1, and the same over here. So it'll be 2 holding onto the plastic to kind of disperse the stress on the plastic, and then just 1 on each corner of the fan. So let's start bending some things, riv nutting. What I'll first do is riv nut this, make sure it bolts into that, and then we can start doing some little bends and marks and things like that. All right, so for a little bit of baby insight, that's the first 4. So that's going to be the 4 that actually connect to the fan, and then obviously get your bolts in there. Going to run some big washers so that again the pressure is dispersed a bit. Actually, sorry, I won't run big washers on here because it's in the fan. I don't have that much space. But on the ones that go into the side, I will be running big washers, because obviously it's just going to be another version of this, isn't it? It's just going to be like 2 of these, and then big washer either side, clamped onto it, should be sweet. So now I've marked out the 4 points, and I need to kind of now see how far out and in I'm gonna actually make it. I would like the fan to be flush with this level if I can, but I don't know if that's gonna be completely doable. I think it will kind of leave it on an angle. I don't know. I'll see what I can do, but I would like it to be nice and flush with that all the way around. Let's see how I go. All right, bit of playing, bit of bending, and we're good. So this one only has one screw holding it in, but that's okay because, I mean, whatever. This one has two, this one has two, this one has two. But it's come up really nice. It's very secure. I know you guys probably can't see, but yeah, it's really secure. So now I'm gonna go and get the pinch weld and I'm gonna pop it all around here. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, the gap here is a little bit smaller than the gap here, but it doesn't break my heart because whatever, that's cool. It's kind of like quite matching all the way around, as in it's just the gap here to the top essentially. It's a little bit bigger at the top, but that's fine. Once this pinch weld's in, it's gonna make a big difference. So let's get that in and I'll show you what that looks like. So, bit of an issue. This is the pinch weld they sent. It's the wrong style. As you can see, it would go onto an edge like that, which is not what we need. We need one that would go onto an edge like so, which is the one I purchased. I've contacted them, I'll get it sent out. No big issue because this set doesn't have to go back in for a little while. I just wanted to show you guys how it can be done. Now, as you can see, it'll clip on around this edge. It'll seal this gap that you guys saw just before, and it will look absolutely mint. And this edge will obviously sit nicely like that. So it'll look really good. It'll sit in, clip on, and be perfect. Now, as you can see, it does sit a little bit further out than I was hoping, but as the guru tells me, Kel, he was saying the further out, the better, because you're gonna get more airflow through from the back of the radiator. Essentially, as far back as you can fit the fan, the better. So, this is gonna work really good. You guys will see in the next clip, but for me, it's gonna be probably a week wait for this new pinch weld to come in, and then we'll chuck it on. So, let's have a look at that in the next clip. And this is the final product. So you can see the pinch weld is all the way around the edge, and you're gonna go, well, what about that gap? Well, the company actually bought the pinch weld off. They sent me the wrong one. So this is a pinch weld that's like that, and then has the balloon of seal, I guess, the rubber, whatever, foam, on the side. They sent me one where it's like that, and then it's on the top. And then I thought to myself, well, this gap up the top is quite large. As you can see, that pinch weld here, it's kind of pulling away from the edge of the fan. So I put the straight pinch weld on the edge of the fan, all the way up there, and that seals into there, and then this seals onto the side. It is not a perfect seal. There are some bits that has like a tiny little bit of an air gap or whatever, but it is 100 times better than it was, and I'm very happy with it. I'm actually going to adjust the fan ever so slightly that way because the gap over here, a little bit bigger than the gap over here, but it's worked really well. This is going to be perfect, and it's literally eBay Thermo fan up to 3000 CFM, so it's got heaps of flow. It's got more flow than my 2J mechanical fan has. I think they have 2670, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, because I run the exact same one on the Supra, just with a not as great shroud. I'm going to work on that in the future. But a couple brackets around in the corners, bolted in. I actually am going to Loctite these, just, you know, with a, 243. So it's mild Loctite, just to stop any, you know, shaking loose, because this will obviously be spinning and possibly shake the mounting hardware. But that's come up really good. Now, this radiator hose I think is actually going to work with us. I'm going to cut there, and I'm going to join to the water neck of the 1J. I think it's going to work. I'm hoping it's going to work. If it doesn't, we'll do something different. We can always cut that off and then join straight onto there, things like that. Future video, but just a little bit of insight for what we're going to be doing next. That's my Thermo. I hope you guys like it, and if you want, make one yourself. Thanks for coming along, guys. I'll see you in the next one.